important also that you have to be mindful of the collections of media that we put into the courses. One thing that we have to remember that and consider when we design courses would be the collection of materials that you're going to input. There is a difference between content curation and content creation. Oftentimes, as teachers, we are the ones creating our lessons. And we customize this media, whether it's photographs or videos or audio materials or even our own materials like our web designs for that matter, for us to be able to contextualize it with our students. However, when time is pressed, like these times, we also curate lessons. And how do we curate lessons? We normally get them from certain resources. We put them together, we arrange them into a meaningful content so that we could provide more meaning to the lessons that we make. A warning though, when you design flip lessons, it is important that we have to be mindful of our presence in these lessons. Flipping your lesson will not address 21st century skills if they're not well planned. Meaning, pedagogy should always drive your technology, not the other way around. Oftentimes, when we do flip learning, teachers often dump all their materials in the internet, but you don't make yourselves present in these learning management systems. It's important that students still feel that you're there. They can always ask questions freely. And you also set certain limitations for students to be aware of so that they don't also eat your time. Flipping your classroom does not necessarily mean the using of the latest technology. Let's say if you wanted to record your lesson, it's important also that your lessons can be easily appreciated, seen, and easily audible so that students can appreciate the voice that you're rendering in that technology or in that video or whatever medium that you're producing. Teaching is again much more important than good content delivery. Let's say you wanted to create a video. It's important that you focus on your teaching. It's important that you focus on your content than being more mindful of how you deliver your content. Flip lesson is not easy. It in fact will not make your job easy because again, planning is very important so that you can target the right competencies and address the right targets so that your students will learn more. How else can you flip your classroom? There are several ways of flipping your classroom. One, you can do online videos. Online videos that you can create yourself or you can curate. There are a lot of platforms these days which would enable you to get a lot of curated materials which would enhance the way your classrooms are flipped in your learning management systems. You can even flip your PowerPoints. These days, PowerPoints can have voices which will not lose that sense of you being the teacher inside your classroom. Another way of flipping your classroom can be through the use of video conferencing. Through video conferencing, you can allow your students to listen to your lectures with you in front of the camera and the students listening to you, and still without you losing touch of you giving lectures to them. Lastly, you can also flip your classroom through the use of online worksheets or even formative works which you can either create or curate. Again, a caveat though. A flip lesson is not enough if unprocessed and unsupported with summative works or assessments. It's important that when you give online work, you got to make sure that you assess whatever you give them. Why? How would you be able to check if they're able to appreciate the lesson and do deeper learning if you're not going to assess them? Second, flip lessons should always be supervised with a professional teacher so that avenues for students to ask questions can be made. Students are, of course, they have a lot of questions in mind. It's important also that we create avenues for students to have these questions answered so that they could be able to accomplish the task at hand efficiently. And lastly, flipped lessons should be within your instructional time. Why? It is definitely a no-no for teachers to design lessons beyond instructional time. Example, if you teach them for 50 minutes or an hour, you only provide a flipped lessons that can be accomplished within that instructional period. Why? Because students are always mindful of the instructional time that you have with them whenever you do face-to-face with them. At the same time, students will not accomplish tasks that are beyond the instructional time you give them. I hope that you'd be able to learn from all these things that I provided to you, because I'm sure with flipped lesson, you could be able to touch not only competencies, but a lot of content with your students through the use of learning management system. In this case, Schoology.